Three, two, one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Monroe Mann. Welcome to another break diving live stream. Today we're talking about the power of four things: patience, persistence, grit, and delusion. And so we're going to talk about all four of those, and how those things can help you in your break diving journey. What is break diving? Don't wait for opportunities to float to the surface. You dive into the cold and icy, shark-infested waters of resistance to find and make your own breaks in life. And so these four qualities that I'm going to be sharing with you are going to be able to help you on your life and on your journey as a break diver. And by the way, if you're watching this on replay, come and join us at breakdiving.io. Download our mobile app. It's on App Store. It's on the Play Store. We would love to have you join us. So the first thing to talk about is patience. And I remember this 25 years ago when I looked up patience in the Merriam-Webster's dictionary, a big red dictionary like this. And I was so shocked when I read what the actual definition of patience was, or what one of them was. And specifically what it was is being steadfast despite opposition. I'll say it again. Being steadfast despite opposition. So in other words, patience doesn't mean waiting. Patience means that you are steadfastly pushing forward, trying to make things happen despite any obstacles that get thrown up in front of your face. Being steadfast despite opposition. And so that's the number one thing that you need to do, is be steadfast despite opposition. That's the definition of patience. But the problem is, you can't just be patient and push forward and expect to succeed. No. You need to make sure that you're investing time and effort into something that's actually going to work, that's going to give you positive results. If you just blindly go forward and push and push and push, and you keep on failing, then guess what? You got to change something. You got to do something differently. They always say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So when I talk about patience, hi, Mike Mitchell Gilliland. When I say patience, again, the definition of patience means steadfast despite opposition. So despite everyone telling you that you stink, despite everybody telling you that you should quit, I am telling you to keep moving steadfastly forward. But you got to make sure you're not just blindly doing the same thing over and over again, because then you're going to go by, it's going to be 10 years, 15 years, and you're going to go, why has nothing worked out for me? Well, maybe if you tried to change things up, maybe you would see some different results. The second thing I wanted to talk with you, in addition to patience, is perseverance. So in that definition of patience, I said being steadfast despite opposition. That's kind of the definition of being persistent. But there's another element to persistence that you need to recognize. You have to keep going when you want to quit. And that seems so backwards, because if you want to quit, how do you keep pushing forward? It's extremely difficult. But if you are a break diver and you dive in and make your own big breaks in life, you're going to find a way to be persistent. You're going to be persistent no matter what comes your way. Hey, Mitchell, I'm doing okay. I saw the movie Jurassic Park, which was very good. I recommend it. And so, yes, patience is important. Yes, perseverance is important. But then there's this aspect they talk about it. It's called grit. What is grit? Grit, let me turn on some more lights. Grit is patience mixed with perseverance, mixed with that special secret sauce. That special secret sauce that makes sure that, that you've got what no one else has. Do you have grit? That means that when you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do anything, you find the strength to do it. Grit means when someone tells you you suck for the 250th time and you want to cry because you're so miserable and so sad and you're starting to believe that you do suck, you push on nonetheless. Grit is when you've put every last dollar that you have into some business and suddenly, and it didn't work out. Grit is, okay, I'm still going to figure out a way to make this happen. I'm going to figure out how to get funding from some other source. It's just you don't stop. Grit is just the ability to take a licking and keep on ticking. I think that was Energizer Bunny or Duracell takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Was that or maybe it was a different company. But either way, it doesn't matter. That idea is you need to be someone who takes a licking and keeps on ticking. You need to take a licking and keep on ticking. That's the grit aspect of what I wanted to talk about. But then there's a fourth aspect that I shared in the title here. The first was patience, the second's perseverance, the third was grit, the fourth is delusion. And that may not make sense at first. If you think about what is delusion, delusion is you see something that is not there. Crazy people have delusions. They they talk to somebody who's not in the room. They believe they are someone with superpowers. They have these strange mental lapses that and they delude themselves into thinking that they're something that they're not. I am telling you that in many ways it's a good thing if you are doing it intentionally. If delusions are things that appear out of your imagination and you didn't intend for it, that's when delusions are bad. But if you delude yourself and you know that you're deluding yourself, that's how you can move mountains. What do I mean by that? Is, by the way, we got two people, only got one like. Let's double click the screen and get another like here. If you have a big dream in life, you have to convince yourself that you are destined to succeed. You have to convince yourself that despite everybody else failing, you somehow are going to succeed. Excuse me, that you are somehow going to succeed. And despite the fact that it's been 15 years or 20 years or 25 years and you still haven't made it, you still need to delude yourself that tomorrow is the day when everything takes off. Why? Because otherwise you are going to quit. Otherwise, you are going to be overwhelmed by the difficulty of the task on which you are embarking. And I always, whenever I used to give these speeches to actors in New York City and do these workshops. And sometimes they were very well attended with like 100, 200 people. And I would ask them, I would say, how many of you have wanted to quit in the last year? And very few people would raise their hands. And I always laughed at that and said, all of you guys that didn't raise your hand, there's only two reasons why you didn't raise your hand. You're lying and you just didn't want to let people know, or more likely, you aren't trying hard enough. The only people who actually want to quit at something are the people who are really trying super, super hard. If you're not trying to accomplish something, then why do you need to quit? You don't have to. Hello, King Mamako. Hello, Mada. Gentle to my friend, Jacinto. Cabaseo. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. If you are not somebody who thinks about quitting every day, you are not trying hard enough. If you are not someone who is not thinking about quitting every day, you're not trying hard enough. Me, I want to quit every single day. I want to quit YouTube. I want to quit doing TikTok. I want to quit my company break diving. I want to quit working out. I want to quit reading all these books. I got all these books here that I read. I'm reading these books here, reading those books there, reading books up there. And sometimes I just think, what's the point of continuing to read these books? None of them are resulting in me becoming a huge success. So why do I keep reading them? I want to quit all the time, but I don't. Why? Because I delude myself to believe that maybe the 2 or 3 or 4 pages that I read are going to make a difference. Why don't I quit my company break diving and doing the coding stuff? Because maybe the feature that we release tomorrow is going to really launch us more into the mainstream. Why don't I quit doing YouTube for break diving, even though there's only one person watching? Because you know what? Excuse me. Maybe in 5 minutes we'll get 5 more people in here. Or maybe in 5 days I'll start to get more viewers for this channel. Maybe in 2 years, if I keep going with this, it will lead to something positive. You don't know unless you keep going. And what is the only thing that is going to keep you going? Deluding yourself, pretending that somehow you are special and that you are better than everybody else and that you are going to succeed when everybody else has failed. So those are the 4 main things that I wanted to talk about today so far, which is patience, perseverance, grit, and delusion. Those 4 things here are a great foundation. All of those 4 things together, I think, can be summarized in the idea of hope. And I talk about hope a lot. Why? Because I think hope is the foundation for every other action. Without hope, you're not going to have patience. Without hope, you're not going to have perseverance. Without hope, you're not. And without to delude yourself that tomorrow is going to be the day that things get better. So in some ways, I guess all 4 of those things are really it's not the power of those 4 things. It's the power of hope. The more hope that you have, the more quickly you can find the strength to accelerate all of your dreams, all of your ambitions, and actually put a plan together that's going to lead to something happening. And so when we talk about hope, there's this thing called I call it the quit line. Let's say the quit line is right here on my eyebrows. If you have hope that goes even a tiny bit below the hope line, right here, you've just quit. You've given up on your dreams, and there's nothing you can do that can save it. If your level of hope is zero, it's not negative, but it's not positive, it's zero. You haven't given up, but you aren't making any actual efforts to succeed. I would say 99% of people who are pursuing a dream are at the level zero hope, because it's so low that they haven't quit, but they're also not making much effort to actually improve their situation or to make their dreams come true. Then there's the third scenario. The third scenario is your level of hope is point positive 0.01 or higher. And obviously, if it's one, that's even better. If you've got five on your level of hope, awesome. Let's say you're got 100. Your level of hope is 100. Wow, that's going to give you so much fuel to push through any setbacks, to charge over any obstacles, to give you the patience to stick around, to give you the strength and fortitude to just not only never give up, but continue to push yourself forward. And that's what I want all of you guys to have is hope, unbounded hope. I want you to believe so much in yourself that people look at you like, this guy is weird. This guy's full of himself. This guy thinks he's God's gift to success. Well, that's kind of the idea is you have to believe that you are better than everybody else. You don't want it to get to your head in this sense. You don't want to become cocky. You don't want to become arrogant. But you need to believe you are somehow special. Otherwise, you are going to quit because your level of hope is going to very quickly drop down. Okay, so here's your question. Well, how do you keep your level of hope high? How do you make sure that it's not one, but it's actually five or 10 or 50 or 75 or 200? The key is you need to plant your seeds of hope. Think of a farmer. A farmer doesn't plant one seed and just hope, I hope it sprouts and I hope it grows into something great. No, a farmer plants hundreds, maybe thousands, maybe tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of seeds in the hope that some of those seeds are going to grow. And does a farmer really only focus on one type of crop, just corn or just wheat or just barley or just apples or just mangoes? No, the farmer is going to try to diversify the types of seeds that he plants in the hopes that enough of them will grow that he can have a good yield that season. It's the same idea with your seeds that you're planting. But your seeds are not seeds of fruit or seeds of vegetables or seeds of grain. They're seeds of hope. And what are they? It's something that you do today that could seeds of hope. They're anything that you can do today that might lead to a better life tomorrow. The list is inexhaustible. Hey, Nathiden, I think I'm back now. You could do 5 push-ups. That's improving your health for tomorrow. You could go food shopping today, so you don't have to do it tomorrow. That frees up time. Go for a bike ride. You can invest in Bitcoin today. You could start writing a screenplay. You could make the preliminary steps for starting a business. You could set up your apply for a new passport. You could buy a ticket to Tahiti. I mean, anything, all of these things could lead to something good in the future. And the more of them you plant today means the more of them are going to bloom tomorrow. I plant so many of my seeds of hope that even if I'm feeling miserable today, inevitably tomorrow something blooms that I planted the day before, the week before, the month before, the year before, or even 10 years before. My company, Break Diving, I started it in 2016, and it's just now starting to take off. A seed that I planted not only in 2016, I actually started breakdiving for the first time in 1999. So it's been 26 years. And it's finally starting to grow and sprout. Too many people, they plant seeds and throw them all on the ground. They do this, boom, 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 boom. And they look at them and then they think, well, it's been an hour. Why haven't the seeds grown? And then they just abandon them. And then the sun beats down on them and they get no water, they get no nourishment, and all of the seeds die. No, you need to plant seeds today, and then tomorrow you need to water them. You need to make sure that they're getting enough sunlight. You need to constantly tend to them, pull out the weeds that end up growing up nearby. And then maybe in a few months, fingers crossed, it will start to grow. I'm always inspired by the story of bamboo. And you all know what bamboo is. It's a Chinese, Asian type of plant or tree. It depends how you call it. And it's quite amazing because if you plant a bamboo, if you put bamboo seed in the ground, it's not going to grow up tomorrow. It's not going to sprout in a week. It's not going to sprout in a month. It takes a long time. But one day you're going to see it grow and it's going to come up like this, like 2 inches. You're going to go back there tomorrow. It's going to be 7, 8, 9 inches high. Come back the next day, it's now 4 feet high. Come back the next day, it's now 25 feet high. And bamboo is a metaphor for what I'm trying to talk to you about today. Again, what do we talk about? Patience, persistence, grit, and delusion, and this idea of hope. You can't expect your dreams are just going to magically come true in a week or a month or a year. Maybe you got to plant it and water it and care for it for year after year after year. And then suddenly, oh my gosh, boom, boom. So going like this is the life of bamboo. Nothing, 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 nothing. And then sprout, sprout, day 3, day 4, boom. And that thing just skyrockets to the sky. And that is how it works with anything that you are doing. And what do break divers do? Again, break divers dive in and make their own opportunities. Part of making your own opportunities means you got to plant lots of seeds and you have to be patient while you wait for them to grow, but you have to be perseverant in keeping track of those seeds and guiding them and nurturing them and have the grit to stick with it. Don't turn your back. Don't walk away. Don't get frustrated. Don't lose your mojo. And I think that's what too many people do. There's a book, I think, or a poem called Acres of Diamonds. And it's the story of this guy who was digging and digging and digging and digging for years looking for diamonds, and he couldn't find any. And then he just gave up and said, he said, "Hey, do you want to buy my diamond excavating equipment for $100?" To some guy. He goes, "Sure." And he goes, "Where were you digging?" "I was digging right here, but there's nothing." And the guy walks off with his $100 and goes, "Ah, good. At least I made $100." The other guy goes in there, digs 3 feet deeper into the ground, and finds millions of dollars worth of diamonds, simply because he just went 3 feet more. There's an expression called 3 feet from gold. One of my old students called his production company 3 feet from gold productions, meaning too many of us give up right before we are about to succeed. Many of us give up right before we are going to take off. And I don't want you to do that. I'm right now, this channel has 2,233 or 23 watch hours. We need 3,000 to get monetized. And I keep doing these live streams. I also do these live streams at night, the study halls. It doesn't seem like the watch time is going up at all. And it's starting, like, it seems like we've got 10 hours of watch time, but then only like an hour of watch time is actually being calculated to count. And it's really becoming very frustrating for me. And sometimes I wake up in the morning, I look at the watch time, and I think, what is the point of going forward with this? I'm never going to get this channel to 3,000 hours at the rate we're going. It's just not going to happen. And I want to quit sometimes. And then I think of this idea of 3 feet from gold. Monroe, you're 3 feet from getting 3,000 hours, less than 800 hours of watch time to go. For me to give up now would be a huge mistake. Cannot do that. And yet I want to all the time because it feels like it's such a waste of time. And I feel like the YouTube algorithm is against creators. Meanwhile, on TikTok, you can start making money and by going live after having 50 followers. Whereas on YouTube, you also need only 50 followers, but you can't make any money until you get 3,000 hours of watch time. So it is much harder on YouTube. And like I said, I want to give up all the time because I'm thinking, is this even worth for this live streamer? Now I've got 3 people watching. For the first 20 minutes, it was 1 or 0. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I am talking to myself. I'm getting absolutely zero amount of watch time from this. It is hard, guys. And I'm not complaining. I'm saying it, meaning pursuing dreams, or even just trying to get a job, or trying to find a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a husband or a wife, or trying to make enough money to support yourself and support your family. Let alone, oh, I've got a dream of writing a screenplay. Oh, I've got a dream of starting my own company. I've got a dream of being a successful musician. Oh, I've got a dream of traveling the world. I mean, forget even those. Even just getting through life sometimes is exhausting and difficult. Am I reaching any of you guys that are watching here? I got very few comments on this live stream. But you keep the hope alive. But like I said, planting these seeds of hope. You've got to plant these seeds of hope every single day. Hey, Nethidon, thank you. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already. Great to have you here. If you want, you can write some of the seeds of hope that you are planting today. I'm going to share some of the seeds of hope that I planted today. I responded to a bunch of the coders here on breakdiving so we can move forward. I am doing this breakdiving live stream here, even though there are very few people watching. It's a seed of hope. Maybe Methadon here. He's the only person watching, but maybe he becomes a big fan, and maybe having him here is the start of a good relationship with somebody as a new YouTube fan. Maybe Nethadon downloads the Break Diving mobile app on the App Store or the Play Store and joins our community. We would love to have you. Trying to think what other seeds of hope did I plant today. I spent time with my mom. We took the dog to the groomer. We went to go see a movie. I think anytime you spend time with your family is a seed of hope, because it's giving you a nice memory, and that memory could cheer you up later. And went for, hey, Nethadon, you already joined break diving. Really? What's your real name? What's your name on break diving? Because I don't remember anyone named Nethadon, unless that is your name and I just haven't seen you in the community very often. But well, good. Let me ask you this, Nethadon. When are you going to certify your first dive? You need to certify your first dive. So you can log in on desktop and go to, Nethadon Pinard. Well, can you make a new post? Make a post and tell everybody the seeds of hope that you planted today, or maybe let people know about this live stream and that you find it. As Yoda said, do or not do. There is no try. So good. You visited 10 countries, which means you can certify the dive for world travel or level 1 easily. So go into launch control. If you go on desktop, there's a big green button now at the top called launch control. Or on mobile app, you can click the plus sign in the rocket ship. That's launch control on the mobile app. And click World Traveler as a dive of interest. Then click Go for it and tell us what you're doing about it. And then after that point, you can click Certify. You'll be able to certify the dive. So Nethadon, you don't know what you've planted today. Could you give some examples? Well, I did. I gave examples of what I did today. All those things I talked about. I went to the movies with my mom. I bought a sweatshirt. I read in a book. I responded to 2 coders. I had 2 break diving meetings this morning. Later tonight, I'm going to be certifying 3 member dives. I mean, all of these things could lead to something else down the line. It may not seem like it's a lot, but small little improvements day after day after day, they add up until you've got, oh my gosh, this company's a huge success. Oh my gosh, I'm making so much money. All right, family time with your cousin is absolutely a seed of hope. Because guess what? You've further developed the relationship with your family and with your cousin. Maybe you're going to need help in the future from your cousin, and your cousin's going to be more likely to help you because you developed this relationship. You learned from your mom about financing and budgeting. That is beautiful. Those are great seeds of hope. Absolutely. Because those lessons that you learned about financing and budgeting, those are going to help you tomorrow, next week, next month. Absolutely. What's up, V? Monroe Mentum. Hey, great to see you. V, I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on with the algorithm. Like I do the live streams at night, and when I wake up in the morning, it no longer tells you how much watch time you get, but it tells you how many views, and it shows the average watch time. And so I multiply those 2 together, and usually I get like 8 or 10 or 12. So the watch time should be going up by about 10 or 12 every single day, and it's not. It's going up by like 1 hour per day. So I don't know what's going on. It's like it's not counting the views or the watch time as much, because at the rate we're going, I don't think I'm ever going to reach 3,000. I've been at like 2,230 for the longest time. 100% shady YouTube. I know who the real Slim Shady is. Initials are YT, baby. YT. And that doesn't stand for Justin Timberlake. I'm letting you know that right now. Nethadon says, my aunt gave me $200 for my birthday. I want to know if I should get silver or gold or invest something else. Nethadon, my suggestion is get 100. So just to get started, I would do $75 into physical gold, $25 into Bitcoin, and $100 into the S&P 500 index fund. That gives you some good diversification. So you'll have some money in the stock market. You'll have some of it in a very secure asset, 75 of gold, $75 of gold, and you're putting $25 into Bitcoin, which is speculative but growing at a very fast rate. So that's something I would investigate. You can create you can go to moneymetals.com to buy gold. You can buy Bitcoin on Coinbase or Robinhood or PayPal, even there. And to buy ETF such as S&P 500, I would do. You can do E-Trade or Robinhood or Stash, Public, any of those. You have 2,000 in stocks and 500 in silver, but I don't know how to get crypto. Like I just said, Coinbase or Kraken is another one. Coinbase, Kraken, Robinhood, Stash. If you go to Coinbase or Kraken, you're actually buying it's your own wallet and you're buying the Bitcoin directly. If you go through Robinhood, well, maybe I think in Robinhood they changed it. I think they changed it on Robinhood where you're actually get your own wallet. Just do that. Just do some research on Robinhood, Coinbase, Kraken, PayPal, all of those. But the truth is, like I have crypto and stocks spread out along multiple different platforms because I don't want to put all of it into one particular platform. Because what if that platform gets into trouble and then you can't withdraw it or something? Uh, you have a Fidelity account. You may be able to buy some Bitcoin through your Fidelity account. Search for BTC as the symbol, but you may need to search it on their crypto platform, not the stocks platform, because that would be different. Do you live in the United States or do you live in a different country? By the way, V, I'm waiting for you to join breakdiving. We released the mobile app and you still haven't joined. Same thing with Mr. Goodcat. Mr. Goodcat hasn't joined. Carly hasn't joined. You guys are a bunch of standoffish folks. I gotta tell you. Let me. I'm I'm trying to figure out like why Concord, New Hampshire. Okay. YouTube used to show you how many hours of watch time you did after every live stream. Now it just shows how many views and the average watch time. Excuse me, and the average watch time for each person. So I've been doing a calculation where I multiply the average watch time times the number of views to give me an idea of how much watch time I get. But unfortunately, the next, after the 7-day waiting period, I go and check and see, and it's going up by like 1 hour per day, even though I've got supposedly 10 to 12 hours of watch time. Has YouTube changed their calculation of what counts as watch time?
Yes, YouTube has changed how they calculate watch time for live streams. Now, the watch time from a live stream is only counted after the stream is processed and turned into a video on demand. That explains why you're seeing a slower increase in your watch time stats.
Whoa, you're saying there is no watch time from the actual live stream anymore? It's only from people who watch the live stream afterwards?
Exactly. The watch time that counts towards your channel now comes from people who watch the stream after it's been saved as a video on demand. The live viewing itself doesn't count towards the overall watch time. It's definitely a change that can be a bit confusing at first.
Okay, can you stop saying Can you actually talk clearly like you used to talk?
Got it. I'll keep it clear and concise. Thanks for letting me know. If there's anything else I can do, just let me know.
Oh my God, I hate the way that you talk now. You got to go back to the way it was, please.
No worries. I'll switch back to the previous way I spoke. Thanks for your patience. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you.
Why are you doing all these stupid pauses?
I appreciate the feedback. I'll keep things more fluid. If there's anything specific you'd like me to adjust, just let me know.
Oh my gosh, everything is changing. Yeah. So she's a completely different robot now, number one, which is so annoying. It's like, I don't want to talk to some stupid person who can't speak English. She sounds like a Valley girl, like, yeah, like, so YouTube algorithm has changed. Yeah, so I'll look into that for. Oh my God, how absolutely crazy is that, right? Methadone? And yeah, V, I guess that's what the problem is. None of this time that we're doing is counting, which explains why I'm getting zero watch time anymore on these live streams. Um, when I listen to my intro music for my live streams and shorts, it makes me want to start doing live streams again. I would say do it, but I'm thinking I need a new strategy then, because I think I need people to actually watch these live streams after I'm done. Um, yeah, YouTube is making it even harder to get monetized. Oh my gosh. Um, so I need all of you guys to go to the breakdiving YouTube channel after this and actually watch it uh, for while you're sleeping, because otherwise we're not going to get any watch time at all. So at least I've learned this lesson, and explains why it's not increasing by much at all. Uh, and yeah, they're not cool at all. It's like most of the people are watching my videos here during the live stream because it's fun, not during um, um, not doing the. Who wants to watch them afterwards? That's not fun. That's not interesting. Um, ah, super frustrating. Um, on the bright side, though, it makes it seem, at least I don't feel like I have to like push and do more and more live streaming. Like, oh, I've been going for 42 minutes. Let me do it for another 15 minutes so that I can get some more watch time. Apparently, it's not going to count at all. Um, so I thank you guys. If you guys want to help, if you guys could go and watch the streams when you go to sleep, so we can get. I guess that's why YouTube removed the how much watch time um, you get from live streams, because it's no longer counting. That totally makes sense. YouTube Shorts don't count towards monetization either, unless you have 3 million views. No, 10 million. You need 10 million short views in the last 3 months. 10 million. So that's totally out of the question. So the only way is if I get you guys to watch the channel's videos on repeat, like every single day. So I'm gonna have to reach out to the people I'm breakdiving and ask them to do this, because otherwise we ain't getting monetized. So Nethadon and V, I hope you guys both will help towards this effort. It would be such a shame. We've got to 2,200. If we can't get another 800 hours, it's going to be an absolute shame, because of all this time and effort spent doing it, and it's not counting. Super super frustrating. Um, I think maybe maybe they caught on to V, like the idea of doing these study hall events. Uh, and they said people are doing this in order to get watch time. Now it's going to change the way people do live streams if it doesn't count towards monetization, uh, where you have to create more higher quality live streams. Maybe that's a possibility. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to do some more research on that and see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't like the Zen live streams running for 12 hours. I guess that's the issue. Um, Maybe too many people were getting monetized by doing this. That's a possibility, and I don't know. Again, I wish they would tell people this. Why don't they ever let us know? Ugh. Absolutely maddening. Absolutely maddening. Uh, all right. Well, guys, am I doing a Trump Tuesday? I might do a Trump Tuesday tomorrow. Um, so tune in. That one will be on my channel, of course, not on the break diving channel. And if you haven't follow, you can subscribe to this channel. Please download the break diving mobile app on Play Store and App Store. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't. You can also check out my channel, Monroe Mann, on YouTube, and also Monroe Mann on TikTok. Yeah, V, I completely agree. I can't believe that there were ads on some break diving videos there, which is not monetized. There were ads on my channel videos for years, and they were making money off of it. Uh, yeah, it's pretty messed up. And boy, they're making it even. I honestly, they shouldn't have been able to change. If I've already got like 1,000 hours of watch time, they shouldn't be able to change the monetization rules in the middle. That's unfair. It's like in the middle of a baseball game, they change the rules. Like, no, you can't change the rules in the middle of the baseball game. You're going to wait till the game is over, and then you change the rules, and then all future games are played. Or you don't change the rules in the middle of the season or something. I mean, this is. But at least I figured this out, and figured out that the only watch time that's counting is the watch time from after the events. Yeah, V, let's do a Zoom. Absolutely. Can you send me a text? Sending emails back and forth is super annoying. So send me a text message. You should still have my number. And Nethodon, great to see you. Great to see all of you. Remember what I said. Plant your seeds of hope. Every day, try to plant at least one, but ideally 5 to 10 seeds that could potentially bloom later in the year, or later in the week, or later in the month. All that. Don't give up on your dreams. Thanks, guys. Catch you later. Bye.